Hello, I'm Macbigicekeys, and I'm going to give a little tour of my base, a little update on the hovel, if you will. The hovel has pretty much been just a pit up until now. A little bit of an igloo action going on inside that ice mountain right there. Oh, and someone's shooting fire arrows at me. Is that my bow? I think that might be my bow. If I can get that back, I'm going to get it back. Hold on. We're going to interrupt this broadcast. Where are you? He's gonna kill me. Gosh, man. I think it is my bow. No! No! Oh! Oh! No. I don't know what was happening there. I don't know if I was getting hit or... I know I was drowning, but it felt like there was some sort of stutter going on in the server. Here's some other stuff. Alright, there we go. Some blocks. Alright, let's do some accounting for what... Oh my gosh, we lost so much. Well, I've made things a lot worse for me. Oh, I see some boots floating over there. Luckily, this is all pretty crappy gear. Oh, look at that. And that's... So about 10 minutes ago, I fell over here, and I didn't realize until I had logged off the server and logged back on that I had lost, there was like a flame 2 power 3 something or other bow. And then I saw that skelly hit me and I caught on fire, and I realized that it had picked up my bow, and that's why I was so keen to get it. But you know what, lesson not learned. You're chasing my dreams, and I died. So anyways, that was my intro to the video here. And yeah, so I've made a lot of progress getting this pit sorted out, but I realized as I was draining this pit with gravel, column by column, and finally someone offered me some sponges, and I was able to get the second half done. But as I was going through this, I realized, like, I'm doing it again. I'm doing Minecraft wrong again, where I start out and I'm just okay with the stone tools, like, because I can be patient. And I was starting to excavate with like stone and copper. And I realized I needed to prioritize. So let's see. First thing I wanted to show is this. I got my enchanting room maxed out. That made a huge difference. Even just having a couple shelves and remembering to come over here and enchant tools as I go. I've done some exploring. I tend to kind of get lost exploring and wandering around, so I have a bunch of random things. My little chicken farm here, it's probably full now. Yeah. And this is where I kill the chickens. But yeah, this is my starter igloo. Things are getting really tight in here. I was just trying to put stuff wherever, and I realized... So this goes up to my portal, and I have a little barn up here with a couple horses. Right there. Get a better shot of it. Careful. That was the first thing I built with any sort of care. And then there's my portal entry also. So this is kind of how I like to build. And so I try to get into all this before I have all the materials, and then everything goes really slow. And my building is nothing compared to the people on the server. Like, they do an amazing job. This isn't even spawn. This is just their portal hub. Underneath the portal, I have a temporary spot to hold mobs. In this case, I would start with the cows. Kind of see the base. I have this pool that I left. It's kind of a pool in front of the porch, and then this will be down here on the interior perimeter. Down below, I'm going to have kind of open hallways with railings, and I'll put villagers, I'll put my long-term storage, my farms, and all that sort of stuff down there. That's the general plan. Got a little wolf stuck in a boat back there too. I don't know what that's all about. So this is the other perspective from the bottom of the pit. And this is where I'm going to start actually doing my long-term build. So I have my storage, I'm just going to keep it on this internal rectangle. You go in, you got multiple chests. I can always dig back if I need more, because these fill up pretty quick. And then I'm going to show you my spawner, which I'll cut to in just a second because it's down this hall. So I was excavating a cave and I found this spawner, which was awesome. Gosh, they are like snipers. I swear. Server play is something different. Like, I always feel like just can't win. You're just dead aim. Look at that. It's ridiculous. Good. Now they're fighting each other. Kill each other. Oh. Oh my goodness. All right. So yeah. So I found that, and then I was excavating that. And they come out right through there. And I found this. I was like, okay, I guess I'm obligated now to make a double spawner farm, which I was not planning on doing. Oh, what? What? How is that even happening? Gosh. There's a flaw in my build. This should not be, Yeah, they're shooting right through me. Typically, I have zombies right there, so... we're just gonna do this. They should not be able to hit me from there. Alright, we'll do that. Expert Minecrafter here. Not taking any damage at all. So, I got it all set up here. It works pretty well. Skellies come that way. Zombies come that way. They meet in between. And I can sit here and burn through the bad loot that I don't like. Take the good loot. I can disenchant right there. And I can get up to like level 30 in like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. I have some plans for this. I've got some powdered snow. So I'm going to try to make it that over here, when the skeletons come through, we can get them to transform into strays on their way so I can get some better loot out of them. But yeah, that's the double mob farm, which I wasn't planning on having. But at least I get some XP, which means that I can use my enchanting table, which means I can enchant my picks so that I can dig my inverted moat. So here we are back at the inverted moat, the base. We'll just call it the base. There's my to-do list. We got some cows in here. All right. We got some, let's just pretend there are sheep in here. We'll get those sheep eventually. I've been a little busy. Oh, and the iron golem farm. That's why I made the video in the first place. So back in my storage area, I have my iron golem farm, which I just finished making this morning. I made this whole stairwell, an extra hallway, just so we could have some dedicated space. The spawning for the iron golem, it's like 17 blocks by 17 blocks by 13 blocks vertical. So I had to make sure I had a big old space for it. It just happens to be that I go in here and it comes straight down from where my water elevator is for my initial mining. So this is the iron golem farm. I'll show you my villagers below in just a second. But yeah, they go over here. They go over there. They drop down there. And then I can collect them. I have my breeder villagers over here in a little hovel. And then you can hear these guys over here. This is the setup I'm doing, right? Got the 3 villagers panicking, and then I've got the zombie on the boat. You can hear the iron golem getting killed down below. I want to use dirt here. He's a backup. Backups for the backups. The one part I wasn't sure about was how do I get a zombie down there? But it was really easy. You just make a dark room and throw it on a couple boats. leave and come back, and mobs will spawn in. So it just took 2 tries, and I had 2 zombies. So I even have a backup zombie. And so that was actually really easy. And then because my regular elevator just happened to be right here... Oh, did I go too far? Yeah. Ah, this is still happening. So this is an issue that I need to resolve. It wasn't doing this. Originally, I didn't have these iron bars here. I put these iron bars to kind of decorate. And it wasn't doing that when this was a more solid block. So I think the simple solution would be just to make another hopper, right? Since I have all this iron. I hear one coming. I hear one coming. Let's see what happens. Does it work? Will it work? Will it fail? I mean, it's got to work, right? Because there's this gap from the middle of the bar to the edge of that hopper. So if it goes into that, it's on this hopper. That has to work. All right, that'll be our fix. So yeah, that's pretty much all the progress that I've made for now. There are other things, but they're mostly boring things like the mine and that sort of stuff. That's the base update. Comment if you'd like if you do. Thanks for watching.